Hi, this is my imagination with a healing garden. You and I are going to have a talk because I have a problem and I really just need to figure this out. If you are new to my channel, this is the Tough Bitch Trauma Club. And this is what I've been dealing with from day one. Honesty is hard. Honesty is really fucking hard. And we've been desensitized to honesty. No, I'm sorry, I take it back. We've been sensitized to honesty. And I never had a problem with honesty. I actually wrote a song around it called I Don't Care If It Hurts Me, I Want the Truth. I prioritized honesty and truth over pain. And a lot of people are so sensitive to the pain that they avoid the truth. And this is the problem. You have truth or pain. Well, I guess you could say you have truth and pain, or you have comfort and denial. Comfort, denial, and abuse. And then you've got truth and pain. Now, the only way you're going to heal is through the truth so that you know what you're actually dealing with. That is going to take openness, bluntness, and grit. Bottom line, it takes grit. I cannot explain to you. I could actually summarize this by saying it's the grit club. This is the grit club. I'm going to do that. I like that. Grit club. Okay? Because grit is really what we're talking about here. Now, there's a lot of people who want option A. Well, there's option A, which is discomfort. Ongoing, chronic discomfort. That's option A. Option B is ripping off the Band-Aid discomfort. And that's when you change your situation 100% right where you are. And people say, oh, well, I want option C. And option C is the delusional route of comfort. They think there is a comfortable route. Well, can I avoid the discomfort and do something where there's no comfort? I spend a lot of my time talking to people like this, and they're like, oh, no, I want the other option. And I say, look, we're going to talk right down to your bullshit. There is no comfortable route. You are going to have to choose between A, which is ongoing chronic discomfort, or B, which is ripping off the Band-Aid, but getting it over quickly, and then you can deal with it. But in order to do either one of these, you're going to have to be honest, and that's going to be painful. But a lot of people resist it. They're like, no, I'd rather have my delusion and my lie. Oh, but I want to get better. Well, we have a term for that in psychology called psychological fruit, without the reward. And it doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. You cannot have any psychological fruit without the work. Nature says so. She's a cruel bitch like that you are not getting any kind of psychological fruit until you do the work. So this is where grit comes in. And there is a school of thought out there where we need to be gentle with people. The problem is being gentle with these people encourages this delusion of C. The other problem is being gentle bypasses the truth. There is no gentleness in truth. There is no honesty here. I'm sorry, there is no lying and delusion here. Honesty is bold and it's blunt. It's no BS. It's brave, and it's just getting through this shit. And if you really want to heal, and if you really want to change your situation, you're going to have to stop with the bullshit. And if you want to stop with the bullshit, now you can get the work done. But so many people, and I'm going to say it, are pussyfooting around this shit. And as a result, they're not getting anywhere, which is why people are healing for 14 years. So this is what I say. This is a grit club, where if you are serious about getting better, the very first thing you got to do is be honest. And that is going to fucking hurt. But once you are honest and once you face what you're dealing with, now you can get the shit done. It's literally all the BS is gone. I get results in 3 months and my stuff fucking works. But it's going to take some honesty. But there's a lot of people who love lying for the delusion. They love the delusion. They love the lies. This is not for them. And I have no tolerance for those people. I just don't. So here I am coming on every day. And I sit down and I have this audience. And I have no idea who this audience is. And I've got 12 different perspectives. Now, I really love the 6 perspectives because they are in a lot of pain, but they cling to spirituality and chakra stones like it's going to save them. But the truth is, if it worked, they wouldn't be in pain. And that's part of the delusional lie. If it worked, there'd be no pain. Bottom line, if it worked, there would be no pain. If the current psychology worked, then there would be no pandemic. But there is, because it's wrong. I took my own shit, I applied it to my brain, and now I've got professionals going, holy shit, you're impossible, you shouldn't be here. Well, here I am, because it fucking works, because I'm right. I used math, logic, physics, and science to get here, because I know how to build logical health. And now I've got skeptics, I've got pushback, I've got a whole lot of people who just resist it. They love being familiar and in pain. And that's okay. That's for them. I have no tolerance for those people. So I've got other people where I'm laying out these 12 perspectives and I'm talking to people. And I've got my friends coming in and professionals coming in. Oh, what about the other perspectives? No, the other perspectives don't want to be helped. And I need to lay out some boundaries because I understand how mirroring works. And because I understand how mirroring works, I understand that what you need is honesty and you need a mirror. I know, because I read Don Quixote. I know precisely what you need. You need the mirror of truth and the mirror of reality, because the mirror of reality is the way out. That is exactly what I used to get myself out, was the mirror of reality. Now, the mirror of reality is not for everybody. The mirror of reality is truth. So this group, this grit club, is not for everybody. And I don't want it to be for everybody. But I need certain boundaries so I can start talking to the right people instead of trying to talk to a full group, because trying to talk to the full group is not working for me. I have to protect myself because I have to put myself out here raw and real and honest, which is what I do. But one of the things that I do not tolerate is my vulnerability being put in a position where people can walk all over me. It doesn't work like that. No one else is up here doing the work I'm doing. No one else is putting themselves out there with their backstory, their trauma, and the shit that they've had to deal with. Everybody else is keeping it secret behind closed doors. And guess what? No one's learning a fucking thing. So if I'm going to do this work, and I am, then I have to do it a very certain way, a way that I know works, because that is my goal, to get you better. But in order to get you better, you have got to love truth more than the pain it's going to cost you, because you cannot have truth and comfort at the same time. So you can choose comfort, delusional comfort, or truth and healing. Now, truth and healing is going to hurt. And I don't fuck around with shit. I don't have the time. I don't want to. And that's not who my people are. I did not at all. My people are the people who are tough fucking bitches. They are the people who have been through fucking shit. They know shit. And they don't have a problem with truth because they've handled it. What they are done with is all the time wasting that everyone else has given them, because I'm all done with that shit. This is the Grit Club. So the Grit Club are members. They are genius people. They are intelligent people. They are honest with themselves, and they are accountable. They are the people who go in and say, I want to be healed in 3 months or less, and I want it done with science because I want something that fucking works. And I say, here you go. This fucking works because I put it on myself, and it's cured almost every mental illness in the fucking DSM-5. True story. And then I turned around and I used it on other people, and it fixed them within a few months. And I went, oh, hopefully fucking shit, this works. It's because it's logical. It's because it's science. It's because it works. I have no tolerance for people who are more concerned about saving everybody else. Save yourself. So this is the save yourself, self-love group. Now, there's going to be time to take care of other people, but the best thing you can do for other people is show them how to take care of themselves by taking care of yourself, because we learn through mirroring. So when you take care of yourself and you prioritize yourself, it isn't selfish. It's a role model that shows people how self-care is done properly. Self-care is prioritizing the self above others. And it does not mean walking on all over other people. It means standing up for yourself. And to do that, we need to start with truth. So, effective immediately, my audience is only going to be the Grit Club. And the Grit Club are just like me, people who want truth and honesty and ethics above all else. And I am tired of hearing a bunch of self-loathing assholes who are incapable of prioritizing honesty and growth over comfort tell me what they think is right when they are too traumatized to even bother prioritizing education. Those are not my people, and I will not placate them anymore. This is a boundary. You see what I'm doing here? I realized that the reason why I was so angry was because I lacked a boundary. I am not boundaried up enough. I need more boundaries. So I am coming off of social media. I'm staying on YouTube. I'm doing my podcasting, but I'm not going to be commenting because that's not what I'm here for. I am here to deliver true, honest ethics about self-love because this is wisdom love. This is all about you because no one else gives a fuck about you, nor should they. You need to give a fuck about you. I'm going to say it again. Cast not your pearls before swine, and you're the fucking pearl. So this is how we're going to do this. This is the Grit Club. This is for people who don't have a problem with honesty, no matter how ugly it gets, because I get real fucking ugly when it comes to honesty. I don't have time. I don't care about other people's feelings about this because there are people who want to be lied to, and there's people who want the fucking truth. And to be blunt, truth means trust. That's why the words are cognitive. Truth and trust. Bottom line, it's the liars you can't trust. And the liars are more concerned about making you feel good rather than making you grow. So liars are all about making you feel good rather than showing you how to feel good yourself. And I don't want anything to do with those people. Effective immediately, I do not help people lie to themselves. That is not what I am for. That is not my space. Because I am all about truth, no matter how fucking ugly it gets. And I say the things that everyone else is afraid of saying, and I say the things that everybody else is afraid of hearing. And I don't give a fucking shit because I spent my whole life being told that I was stupid, being told that I was crazy by a bunch of fucking idiots. And I don't care. I'm not here for anyone other than you. And the people who I serve are the people who value truth and honesty and ethics. And my ethics are outlined on my website in 12 gorgeous ethical steps that everybody grows through. And I'm not here to tiptoe and make it gentle and be kind to people. That's not what I'm for. Because there's plenty of everybody else being kind and gentle with everybody else. And the problem with kind and gentle is it's enabling. And the reason why it's enabling is because you think you're weak. So by being gentle with you and really nurturing, no, you're not weak. You're a fucking warrior. And if you can't handle truth and blunt, you're in the wrong space. Because the people I am looking for are the people who are tired of the bullshit, the neurodivergents, who don't have time for all the feel-good shit. I don't have time for narcissists. I don't have time for unaccountable assholes. I don't have time for people who are more focused about their religion than getting better. I'm not for those people. I am for the neurodivergent, tough bitches who love Brooklyn rough because that's what I deliver. So if you can't handle the truth, get the fuck out. I feel better saying that. Now, that being said, this is 100% about suffering or learning. And if you're not going to learn, you're going to suffer. Because the difference between fear and ending your suffering is problem solving. Bottom line, problem solving is the thing in the dead center of all of this that's going to make the difference between you being afraid and going nowhere and doing nothing and you doing something about it. This is your point of choice. This is what now is all about. And you don't get the fucking luxury to problem solve unless you're smart. So you've got to choose to be smart. You've got to choose to be educated. You've got to choose to grow, because no one gets access to problem solving without imagination and math and logic. Sorry, not sorry. Those are the tools for problem solving. And if you're going to sit there and whine about it and not do the work, well, nature says you don't get psychological fruit. And the psychological fruit in this world is problem solving. And that only comes from imagination, math, and logic. So if you don't do the fucking work, you're not going to get the problem solving. There is no shortcut. There is no easy road, because now we're back to you lying to yourself and wanting that delusional option C that doesn't exist. You suffer because you're stupid, because you're uneducated. Or you can learn, you can educate, you can get smart. It is a pecking order. It is a hierarchy. It is nature's hierarchy. Survival of the smartest. The smarter you are, the more you can problem solve and figure it out. This is why the Neanderthal died out. And bottom line, this is what we're looking at with our society today. Yeah, I'm hard around the edges because it took me fucking hard work to get here. And now when I'm presenting this information, I got everyone from, oh, you're being too hard. Yes, I am being too hard. Because where you are going is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to hear the shit that you don't want to hear. And the problem is you've got an entire society that is pounding garbage and lies into you. And I've got to penetrate through that. And the only thing that's going to penetrate through that is truth. And truth is ugly and it's hard. It says things like, there's nothing special about veterans. True story. There is nothing fucking special about veterans. I've interviewed veterans. I have had veterans say to me, the war was easy in comparison to the trauma I had when I was raped as a child. True story. There is nothing special about veterans. There's nothing special about them. I can sit down and lay out the entire fucking program to you to show you how arrogance and humility work against the concept of security and value and pride to get you where you want to go. That is the problem with veterans, is they think they're special, but not all of them do. Some of them do. Some of them have figured this out and they're better. It's the ones who whine, insisting that they're better than everybody else, that they are special, that aren't getting better because they are more concerned about their delusion than the truth. So you really have a choice to make when you want to heal. You have your delusion and you have the truth. The delusion is going to keep you in pain for the rest of your life. The truth is going to really fucking hurt. And it's going to be a Band-Aid that you rip off. But then you're going to feel a lot better. And you're going to have to rip off another Band-Aid. And you're going to have to rip off another. But that's the fucking healing process. The delusion is just a lifelong pain. So you're going to have to choose either the delusion or the truth. And the people who choose truth are smart. They can problem solve. They're educated. They know math. They get logic. And they have grit. Bottom line, they have the grit. The people who don't are soft. They lack math. They lack logic, which is why they have poor logical health. They have no grit, which is why they seek out the comfort, which is why they prolong suffering for 20, 30, 40 years. It's because they lack the grit to do what's necessary to get the job done. They seek out alternatives of getting the psychological fruit of comfort. Well, I'm telling you right now, comfort has to be earned. And you only earn that through the fucking work, the psychology work that nature deems out there, which is you got to be honest with yourself. And that's bottom line how this works. So, effective immediately, I am only talking to a group of people who are part of the Grit Club. Now, either you know you are part of the Grit Club, or you want to be part of the grit club, or you identify with the grit club. And those are my people. Either you are, you want to be, or you identify with. And those are my people. They know how bad the fucking world is. They know that the solutions that they've been given are bullshit, which is why everyone's broken. And I'm all done with placating this bullshit of the delusion. I have no tolerance for the delusion. The delusion is in there on purpose to keep you small so you can stay in the system. I have no tolerance for you, which means fourth perspectives are not going to be welcomed here because fourth perspectives love the delusion. Second perspectives love the delusion. They're part of the problem. Can't help the second perspectives, and I'm not looking to. The third perspectives really just need to be left alone by everybody else, and that is the lesson the third perspectives have to learn. The first perspectives need to find their fucking courage. Bottom line, the first perspectives lack courage. The second perspectives lack self-value without a God. The third perspectives really need to be left the fuck alone by everybody else so they can spend some time alone so they can find themselves. And the fourth perspectives really need to stop telling everybody else what they think is right and wrong, and they really need to do their own goddamn self-work. I am here for the accountable sixth perspective. Accountable sixth perspectives are the hippies. They are the hippies who know that the world fucking sucks. They are most likely vegetarians. Those are my people. They are tough sons of bitches, and they love honesty. They fucking love honesty more than anything else. And they don't have a problem hearing about the honesty. Those are my people. They are part of the grit club. I love the grit club. I have a lot of people in the world. I have over 8 billion people. And they're going to have to be different tactics for getting other people over here. But that's not where I am right now. And I already have the way, and I already know what I'm going to be doing for that. But I'm not there yet. And it's not we got to save everybody. I can't do that. My first goal right now is a very small group of people who are part of the grit club. And those are my people. From there, then I can worry about getting the math out, and I will, and all that jazz. And then I'll hand it over to the fifth perspectives, and then they'll be like, wow, this is awesome. I'm like, yeah, I know it's awesome. Get on the back wagon. I'm not looking to impress them yet. And the big thing that I keep running into is I'm not here for religious people. I'm fucking not. I have no tolerance. Religion is for dumb people. They're saying it. Religion is for dumb people. Which is why the more science you learn, the more you start to fade away from religion. Religion is for second perspective and fourth perspective people. Fourth perspective kind of get away from it a bit. Fifth perspective are all done with religion. They're done with religion. Sixth perspectives are spiritual. But guess what? That's also temporary. By the time you get to the seventh and eighth perspective, you've abandoned the spirituality and you are now into the full science. So sorry, not sorry, science wins. However, you have a lot to learn about physics and how physics affects your mind. And we're feeling it from the time we are 2 years old on up. Second perspectives call it the Holy Spirit. Sixth perspectives call it the universe. Well, sorry, physics wins. It's physics. You're feeling frequency. You're standing on a fucking electromagnetic field. You're gonna feel it. And I don't have the time to pussyfoot around all this fucking bullshit. I don't have the time to be PC. I absolutely love the LGBTQIA community. I absolutely love my politics, which is not announced yet. It's on my website if you want to know what my politics are. I do not belong to any existing party that anyone knows about because I had to create a new party for myself. It's called the Self-Governed Party of Ethical Law. Nature is my bitch. Thank you. So that's where I'm going. I really have no tolerance for the garbage and the arguing of men. I just don't. Because where I am in my gorgeous little 12 perspective plus 2, I'm looking at the world going, wow, there's a lot of shit happening over here. And everyone's over there arguing about who's right and who's wrong, and I don't give a fuck. So it's this sudden realization of, I need more boundaries. because I have excluded myself so far from that garbage system that I just have no tolerance for it anymore. And I'm just really sick and tired of the comments and the opinions. Well, I'm the one that's up here being raw and showing people how this is done. And if I'm wrong, then why the fuck don't I have multiple personality disorder anymore? If I'm wrong, then where the fuck is my narcissism? If I'm wrong, then where the fuck is my depression? Where's my borderline personality disorder? If I'm wrong, then how the fuck is this possible? So either, sorry, the logic says I'm right, because all of the stuff that they said was incurable is fucking gone, which means they're wrong because it is curable. They're just jacking you up with a bunch of medication so they can get more money in their pocket. And I have no time and tolerance to talk about politics. I just don't. Like, I'm all done talking about it. It doesn't make me happy. So I am going to just put myself in Anna land. And in Anna land, I talk about education and I talk about parenting. And I do not give a shit who internalizes my stuff. Because if you are internalizing my stuff, you aren't using boundaries because you are no longer objective. So it's really fucking important that you walk into Anna land in objectiveness. Now, in order to get yourself into a position of being objective, you're going to need some tools. The first thing you need is your philosopher's compass, which is your autonomy, your authority, and your security. And in order to pull that off, you need logical health. We're back to the fact that you need to be smart in order to listen to my shit, because I'm not dumbing it down any further. Darwin says no. Nature says no. Because if you want to evolve, you're going to have to get smarter. Because bottom line, science wins. This is where it gets really, really fascinating, because mental illness literally is reserved only for the people who don't get smart enough to evolve their logic. And logic is literally the defining factor that's going to divide the people. It's going to be the size of your hippocampus, which is only attainable through you getting smarter. And if you can't get smart enough to keep up with civilization, you are in the wrong fucking place. So I am not dumbing down my language anymore for anybody. You're going to step into my world and learn Analand language, or you are not in the right place. Yeah, I feel really good saying all this shit. I love my people. And I was not expecting to be met with so much skepticism. That is something I was just not prepared for. I don't have that problem. When I see new knowledge and new information, oh, I am all over that fucking shit, because I value education and I value growth. There are a lot of people in the world who do not value education or growth. They value comfort over growth. And those are your foundationals. I am not for fucking foundationals. And I said that. And yeah, I've got a lot of people going, oh, you need to make this accessible for everybody. No, I fucking don't. No, I fucking don't. Because I don't want everybody to evolve, because Darwin says no, because of survival of the adaptive. And it's bottom line. You cannot save everybody. And this is something that, and this is part of the truth again, is we have a savior, look out for the underdog mentality. And there is nothing wrong with the social justice warrior. Oh, I'm all over that. I love that. However, not at the detriment of evolution. Certainly not at the detriment of others. Not at the detriment of the self. People are not allowed to walk all over me in order to keep up. And that is bottom line what this is about. Is I am not going to be dumbing down my work to accommodate and placate other people. Not going to happen. I already dumbed it down enough. And I found that the more I dumbed it down, the more I started to attract the wrong people who didn't have the mentality for it, because they're not willing to do the work. It's the psychology of saving people, which we're right back to the narcissism, is this, and this is really it, is you cannot save anybody who doesn't save themselves. And if you try and pull people out of the mud who don't want to be saved, they will pull you down into the mud with them. And that's what was happening to me, is I found that I was being pulled down into the mud while I was trying to save more people than I actually can. And I realized if I did not let them go and say, look, your first rule of thumb is saving yourself. You've got to save yourself. Bottom line. And the first saving yourself is going to be, you're going to have to get smarter. You're going to have to get smarter, because there is nothing else anyone can do for you. So I am going to compose and this is really the path that I've been looking to take. If you are a first, second, third, fourth, if you are a foundational, then there's going to be a path that I lay out that literally shows you how to get there. You're going to have to go from basically trauma and pain, because there are people who do want to come over here, and I'll show you how to do it. I will lay out the path for you, but then I'm dropping you, because the first test, the very first thing is you've got to save yourself. Number one, save yourself, self-salvation. And in order to pull that off, you're going to have determination. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I've been waiting for this. This is me laying out the foundational stepping stones for people to get to my lighthouse. I've been waiting for this moment. Self-salvation. 2 is determination. 3 is going to be self-salvation, determination, perseverance, and endurance. And the 4th is going to be self-honesty. Oh, good God, is that going to cost you? Yep. 5, you're going to have to get real comfortable with pain. Comfortable with pain. Yep. And suffering. Self-salvation, determination, perseverance, and endurance, self-honesty, comfort with pain and suffering. These are the 5 ethics of getting yourself out of the shithole that you are in. This is for everybody who is in a foundational, who wants to get to the 6th perspective. I will not be speaking to anyone under 6th perspective. 5th perspectives are not yet accountable, so I will not be talking to them. Now, once you get through that, I will show you what you need to do. Basically, you are in the trauma zone. You need to problem solve and get yourself over to the comfort zone. In your war zone, you're going to have to carve yourself out a comfort zone. You are going to have to get yourself a surplus of comfort. And comfort is literally made up of 2 elements: joy and love. Bottom line. Once you get to that point, you're going to be looking for the emotion boredom. Once you get to boredom, then that's going to trip you over into the 2nd perspective, which is curiosity, imagination, which you're going to need art for that, creativity, curiosity, mystery, logic, problem solving, adventure. Now, when you have that combination, you are going to need to study math, logic, and physics. Not psychology. Psychology is garbage. Math, logic, and physics. Now, philosophy is math, logic, and physics, and geometry. And it is existentialism. But you need to first just get to math, logic, physics, and geometry. Now, once you get to that point, you're growing your hippocampus. That is your goal. The goal is to grow your hippocampus. Because as soon as you hit that 6th perspective, that is when you are ready for triadic healing. Because you need to access abstract thinking, because it is your abstract mind that is the problem. You have low abstract health. When you have low abstract health, you're screwed. So you have to first pass the test. And I can't help you with this. You're on your own. Now, I'm here with my awesome beacon. We're at the Grit Club when you're ready. So it's, again, from foundationals. You need self-salvation. You need determination. You need perseverance and endurance. You need self-fucking honesty. You need comfortable with pain and suffering, and you must prioritize growth over comfort. Truth above all else. You have to shift yourself from the trauma zone using problem solving over to comfort zone plus with a surplus of comfort. And that is going to be joy and love until you are bored. Then that'll trigger you over to the second perspective. Once you're in the second perspective, that will give you curiosity, imagination through art, creativity, mystery, logic, problem solving, adventure. Now you're ready to learn. And that is going to open your mind for math, logic, physics, geometry. Your goal is to grow your hippocampus. Learn through curiosity and imagination and art. Once you get into the sixth perspective, that's when you're going to feel physics real turn on. Now you are ready. If you can get to this point, now you're ready for Triadic Healing. You're ready for me. So I'm going to make it very clear for you. This is the map. This is the map to get to me if you want it. I'm all done with you, though. I'm all done. I cannot work with you prior to this point. So I'm going to post this on my website. It is literally the map for foundationals. The map for foundationals. I cannot give you Triadic Healing. It's not going to make any sense to you. It's not going to do anything for you until you get through this. So here's the map. Here's the stepping stones. This is how I dealt with my trauma. This is how I got the fuck out. This is exactly what I did. I can give you the tools. It's called Sophie's World. That is 100 what I did. It's Sophie's World by Justine Gardner. That book taught me shit. That's how I learned logic. Go to Khan Academy. It's free education. Read, because that is your way out. If you're serious about really wanting to heal, you're going to have to get smarter. That's going on my website. That's going to be the map for foundationals. Now, once you get to the sixth perspective, now my shit starts. This is where you can start tuning in. This is where you could start programming it. This is where you could start really indulging in what I've got over here. And with that, that's where Triadic Healing comes in. People who apply for my Triadic Healing have to go through this survey to determine if they are a foundational or not, to determine if they need to get smarter before I can work with them. Because it doesn't work because it is abstract healing and it is for the abstract mind. Now I have my morning shows. I have my summit. I have all of my tools, but it is 6+ perspectives only. If you are already in the middle of metaphysics, not a problem. We'll walk through those. I will walk you through that. That's something that I cover. But this is exclusively, you have to have the first solid ethics. Accountability is mandatory. If you're not accountable, I can't help you. You have to prioritize yourself above all else. You must prioritize yourself. Yourself must be the priority. You have to absolutely 100% be ready to give up all of your religion and spirituality, because in the world of physics, it's not going to work. You must have studied geometry, physics, and logic, because if you have not studied this stuff, it's not going to work for you. Not going to work for you. I cannot make exceptions anymore. I cannot cut down my work. I cannot make a dumbed down version of this. This is not for dumb people. Because your problem is you have poor abstract health and poor logical health. That is what's wrong with you. I can't save you from your own stupid. I can't do it. You're going to have to fix your stupid. I fixed mine. We're all stupid to begin with. It's a lot of work, but this is how to do it. It's a map. So I'm going to give you the map and I'm going to give you the compass, but you're not going to understand the compass until you can cross over into the abstract world. So here's the map. Yeah, I've got a treasure map. I love being pirates. I'm a treasure map. It's a treasure map. So I have a treasure map that will literally get you all the way from any foundational right up to where you need to get. Once you get past the map, from foundational to cultivator, then the next step is getting you Triadic Healing with the subconscious mind map. I got another map, the compass, and the guidebook. And you might already be there. You might already be set for it, which is fantastic. And then that's the grit club. That's the tough bitch trauma club. All right. And then once we're ready for that, then we get into the visionary side of this. Now, the visionary side is where I'm happy. That's my joy. That's my love. And I only speak to people who are in the visionaries. If you are not a visionary, I do not talk to you. I will not talk to you. That has got to be my boundary, because I am not. There are people who think besting me in an argument is a badge of honor. I have no fucking tolerance for those people. And this has been my problem. This has been my internal problem, is I have been getting a lot of people who seek out fights with me thinking, oh, if I can out-logicize her, then I'll feel good and have an inflated ego. I don't do that shit. I just don't. And more times than not, I have found myself in the middle of those conversations and I get angry and hostile because I'm being attacked. I literally have people challenging my knowledge and my intelligence just for their fucking ego. And I'm all done with it. That which is telling me, oh, I need more boundaries. So my first boundary is no fucking foundationals. I'm cutting you off. My next boundary is cultivators are allowed only through my videos only. I'm not dumbing them down for foundationals. Foundationals get a map how to get to the cultivator side. The cultivator side has access to my videos, but zero access to me. No access to me. I am only available on a personal level for Seventh Perspectives. That is through my Substack account, which is why I do not allow comments on any of my videos, is because I don't need a foundational coming in here and making their dumb fuck comments. They don't qualify. So I am available on Substack only through Seventh Perspective and higher. Because if they have not abandoned their spirituality, I have no patience for them. I have no time for them. Because my world is not accessible for people. Cast not thy pearls before swine. And I'm a fucking pearl. Al, you need to learn cast not your pearls before swine, because you're a fucking pearl. So I only allow the pearls around me, and I only allow the pearls who know they are pearls around me. Bottom line, those are my rules. So, yeah, now I feel safe. That's how boundaries work. That is boundaries exactly. Oh my God, do I feel safe? I feel cushy and safe. I feel safe. This is the beautiful of, this is personal boundaries. This is personal law. Boundaries are actually personal law. It's, this is what's happening. This is where it is. You want me too fucking bad, because I'm a fucking pearl. And I had to bust my fucking ass to get this. And I am only looking for the pearls. I only talk to pearls. I only talk to pearls. And pearls have to qualify, because I can't trust any dipshit who comes along going, oh, well, I'm a pearl. No, how do I know you're a pearl? For all I know, you could be some argumentative asshole who just wants to best me in an argument for a badge of honor. Not interested. I don't deal with that shit. My pearls are Anna's elite. I only talk to Anna's elite because I fucking have earned it. So I'm going to post this on my website. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. That way I can just grab the link and drop it below. This is going to be, do I want this to be a post? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do a post. Post. I'm going to convert all of my classroom over, so my whole blog is going to be the classroom. But this is going to be the map for foundationals. Yes, this is what I've needed. Yeah, this is going to be the map to foundationals. And then at the end of it, it's once you reach cultivator status. And cultivator status is the 5th and 6th perspective. That is when philosophical coffee is for you. There you go. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, bottom line, it's definitely a triage, and that's part of what I've needed for a while. I cannot make myself accessible to people who aren't pearls. I just can't. because it's hurting me and I'm taking damage, and I'm tired of taking damage. And that's something that I really have been needing to do for a long time, is set the standard for me. So I'm going to go ahead and hit edit down here, and I'm going to put this down here. There you go. The map for foundationals is below. Now, reverence or rage, defending the underdog. Yeah. It's as I have notes here, assertiveness equals rage and hostility. And this is my problem, is I am very, very assertive. And people receive assertiveness, and it's literally a desensitive. We are sensitive to honesty. We are way too sensitive to honesty, to the point where when you hear something honest, people go, oh, that hurts. And it doesn't work over here. You cannot be sensitive to honesty and heal. You can't do it. You're going to have to build up your grit. And that is the problem that I keep running into, is people are sensitive to honesty. And so this is what happened. This is what ended up happening. I was on some work. I was on a social media, and a narcissist. Oh, it was extraordinary to watch. A narcissist came in and attacked me. The question was neurodivergence. What do you think of X? So I said, I believe, and I gave my opinion. A narcissist came in, attacked me. She internalized my post, attacked me, and then told me I should not have posted that. Get the fuck out of my story. She made my story all about her. She exhibited signs of the second stage perspective borderline personality disorder, second stage narcissism. And she did so by painting herself as the underdog. Oh, my trauma. Oh, I'm so hurt, which is exactly what the damsel in distress is all about. Borderline personality disorder. And when I replied, I asserted my boundary, saying, no, you made my story all about you. And I had two other people who jumped in to defend the underdog. She's a narcissist. But they didn't see the narcissist. They saw the damsel in distress. So they jumped in to save the damsel in distress and defended a narcissist's abuse on me. And someone says, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Did what? Use a boundary? And I said that. I said, I used a boundary. She violated my boundary, and I asserted my boundary and said, no, get the fuck out of my story. You're not allowed to project and make my story about you. And the fact that two people defended her, oh, that is the superhero syndrome. Are you doing this? Think about this. This is the superhero syndrome, where you see, oh, the damsel in distress, the underdog is being attacked. I must save them. Well, that's your first perspective in narcissism. So I watched 3 narcissists, all of them at different levels of narcissism, start to defend each other, not realizing any of them were narcissists. And I was the one who was attacked. But because I wasn't presenting as a damsel in distress, they decided to attack me and go on the side of the underdog. So, and because people don't know what narcissism looks like, no one's doing this. Now, here's the other part. I forgot to say this. Once you are at the 6th perspective, that is when you want to take the narcissist cure. That is it right there. That is when you are ready for the narcissist cure. Now, anybody who has not done this work, who has not gone through the foundational map, it's not going to work on them. It's not going to work on them. So you have to go through this map first in order for the narcissist cure to take effect. How do you know if you are a 6th perspective? How do you feel when the full moon hits? How do you feel when Mercury retrograde hits? You'll feel physics. Oh, trust me, you feel this massive energy rip right through your body. And the more misaligned you are, the more it hurts. If you are in a random, inexplicable pain that you can't understand, that's the physics. That is absolutely metaphysics. You know you are in the 6th perspective when you can self-govern, when being told what to do hurts you, when you are over responsible for others' actions, when you are an over giver, when you are 150% accountable, 150% accountable for other people or for yourself. If you are 200% accountable for yourself, and yeah, that number is precisely exact, 200% accountable. Because somebody who has graduated from sixth perspective into the seventh perspective is 100% accountable. But sixth perspectives are 200% accountable. Fifth perspectives are 0% accountable. You see how this works? Because they haven't learned accountability yet. Accountable is not the same thing as responsible. Accountable is, I did this, it's my fault. You say this more than 100% of the time. If you use the phrase, I did this, it's my fault. But if you are saying it for more than things that you caused, oh, that's it. That's it right there. If you are more focused on blaming and responsibility, no, that's it. If you are in a problem solving more than blame, if you problem solve over blame, you are a sixth perspective. Sixth perspectives problem solve. And that's the real big kicker right there. Are you problem solving or do you blame? Because you can't do both. How much do you problem solve? How much do you blame? That's when you're at the sixth perspective. Once you are at the problem solving stage, then you can read the Narcissist Cure, and that will resolve it for you. That will cleanse you and get you on the solid. Then you're going to be ready for Triadic Healing. I feel good because this really just took care of literally everyone from perspective 1 all the way up to perspective 5. And now I don't have to come up with a program because this is it. And really, there's nothing I can do because self-salvation is the goal. This has to be all about self-salvation. So that's your map for foundationals. If you are wanting this and you don't know if you qualify, if you are a foundational, you've got to do this first because this is all about your relationship with self-salvation. Now, here's the thing. If you are looking to a therapist to save you, you're not ready. If you are looking for a therapist to save you, if you are looking for Triadic Healing to fix you with somebody else, and that really is it. I'm going to be pulling, I'm not going to be doing one-on-one because that defeats the whole thing. This is why one-on-one therapy doesn't work. Now, if you need the guidance, I'm going to be available on Substack, and that's going to be paid only because, like I said, pearls. I'm only available to pearls. So, oh, yes, I feel very good about this. I feel good. I feel calmer. And yeah, I definitely feel calmer. I feel safer. I had way too many few boundaries. So, yeah, my boundaries, I had way too many because I'm putting myself out there. I'm vulnerable and I'm exposed and I'm putting myself out there more and more. And I started to feel very threatened because I wasn't using boundaries. And I went, rule number 1 is if you feel threatened, it's because you are not boundarying up. So I just got off the phone with a 2-hour conversation with my psychologist friend, and I was analyzing all of this. And I realized that one of my biggest problems was I was throwing myself out there without any of the boundaries. This is the other thing is when the narcissist attacked. Oh my God, this is extraordinary. I was talking to this woman and I noticed that it attacked my autonomy. I was going, oh my God, am I ethical? And then I was asking the question, oh my God, am I being responsible with my authority? That was a big one. Oh my God, that was bothering me. Am I being responsible with my authority? And that shook my future. That shook my future self. So the first question I asked was, am I ethical? And then the next question was, am I being responsible with my authority? Oh my God, that one really bothered me. And then that led me to, I felt insecure on my future self, and that projected onto my partner. And for the last 12 hours, it's been very, very difficult. Now, I was able to assess all of this with my philosopher's compass. I was able to go, look, I feel insecure. I feel threatened. I feel like something's wrong. So I was able to take a massive step back and relook at my philosopher's compass and go, well, I know what this is. This is autonomy, authority, security. Where is this going wrong? I was able to ask the question, am I ethical? Now I'm questioning my ethics. And this was all because I had 2 stage 1 narcissists and a stage 2 narcissist attacking me because I set a boundary. Now, as soon as I was able to define this, I was able to go, oh, there it is. I understand the situation. I'm dealing with 3 narcissists. 2 of them are attacking me because I set a boundary, because they have superhero syndrome. I understand what's going on. As soon as I understood, I am ethical. I set a boundary. I am responsible with my authority. And as soon as I was able to establish those 2 things, that solidified the future insecurity. Instantly, I was secure all over again, and I solidified my philosopher's compass. So when you feel threatened, when you feel doubtful, when you feel insecure, it is because your autonomy has been questioned. It is when your authority is being questioned, which is threatening your security. So it is vital that you keep in mind your philosopher's compass at all times. That way, when you feel insecure, you can pull back and assess, where in my philosopher's compass am I being threatened? Identify what's going on, what feelings you're having, and then solidify. This is where you need to restore your logical health. Oh yes, I feel so much better. I'm going to do another video, I think, right after this and just get to know you better, because that's what I need. I need to yeah, I'll explain it in the next video. Thank you so much. That link for that map is below. May the kindest of words always find you.